Kane and my peeps, my name is Puddy and welcome back to another episode of the Sunday Podcast. I'm joined as always by my host, What?
Hey! my name's What? It is my Skype name. Thanks for telling people that.
Yeah. I just thought about that. Oops.
Could we restart?
My Skype name is and there you go. It's
there
all
you
out
go.
there. It's transparent.
Yay.
Now the 10 people, most of which are probably repeat viewers, know that.
Yeah. Well, I'm starting to lock down on my. I'm starting to lock down on people because let's just say there's been a lot of people from my Twitch trying to get me on Skype. So yeah, I'm starting to feel the privacy just closing in.
It's okay. Nobody watches my channel anyway.
Yeah, but if they get crazy enough, they'll come and look through every string until they find me.
What's up, guys? Welcome to this podcast. So, what are we going to talk about today?
Well, we are going to talk about wrestling. You know, the wrestling and Fastlane.
Fastlane, yeah.
The wrestling at Fastlane, which, by the way, is can hardly be counted as wrestling, really, most of the time. It was mostly just large men hugging each other very aggressively.
But not Bailey hugging.
No.
Just bear hugging. Like Titus O'Neil. Yeah.
Yeah. Just sort of like a really aggressive sex hug, like
Very much so.
like they're trying to put the penis in, but there's nothing to put it in, so they just sort of rub their dicks on each other.
Just rubbing it. Yeah. Exactly. Perfect. That wraps up the show.
Perfect description.
Yeah. Well, I thought this was better than I was expecting it to be. I don't know about you.
Mm-hmm. I thought
I haven't seen it yet, but it seems like it was better than I have to watch it at some point.
It was better than what?
Than I thought it was going to be.
Okay. You have to watch it at some point?
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
You haven't seen what?
It's Fastlane.
You haven't seen Fastlane?
No.
That's going to be a problem.
Yeah, you're just going to have to talk about it.
Okay. Well,
I'm kidding. I've seen it.
Hey, I made fucking notes. I'm ready for this one.
Yeah, you said you came on here. It was like, okay, I counted 9 matches. And I'm like, 9? I counted 4. So yeah, but no, you also counted an angle as a match.
Oh wait,
weird.
Shit. 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, wait. So discounting the Triple H match, there were only 7, actually. I skipped a number at one point.
So I was close.
You were much closer, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to just get general impression before we start, not a detailed analysis?
Well, like I said, I thought it was pretty shitty. Most of the matches I saw did not impress me. There were a couple that I liked. I'd say there were a few that I liked. There were moments that I liked from a lot of the matches, but with a 3-hour special like this, you just get so much shitty filler content, you know?
Guess what's next month?
What?
WrestleMania.
Oh, God.
That's 4 hours, dude.
And they're going to fill it with as much shitty filler content as they...
We're actually going to get to see Sting and Triple H wrestle for 30 minutes.
Yay!
Yay! They're both over 40.
You know, that was one of my favorite matches. You know why? Because it ended in 5 minutes.
It wasn't a match.
Hey, I think it's a match.
It was not a match. There was
if
no
there are
pinfall.
2 people in a ring fighting, it's a match.
They weren't really fighting.
They were. Sting, they hit on each other.
Okay. We'll get to that in a little bit. Okay. So we started with
a 6-way tag team 1 fall.
It wasn't a 6-way.
What? That was the first match.
No, it was a 6-man.
6-way 6-man.
1v1v1v1v1v1.
Okay, sorry. Well, I said tag team after it, so that wouldn't make any sense.
A 6-way tag team. Hey, it's happened.
But that wouldn't be a tag team match, though.
Yeah, it's 6 tag teams.
Oh, I get it. Yeah. And only 2 can be in at the same time.
Yeah, it depends on where in the world you are.
Okay. Anyway, it was a 6-man tag team 1 fall. Why are you having me introduce it? You do it if you're so 6-man tag team 1 fall.
One day I'm not going to be here anymore.
Big Show, Seth Rollins and Kane. Well, then this podcast ends when Big Show, Seth Rollins, Kane versus Ryback, Dolph Ziggler, and Erick Rowan. Did you like it?
I thought it was okay. The match itself was fine. I think it's just the what it represents was my problem. the fact that Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler aren't in singles competition on the pay-per-view before WrestleMania is a problem.
I mean, as usual with a match like this, when you get a match with more than 2 people involved, there's gonna be a shit ton of cheating. They just cheat and cheat and cheat, and like for that reason, I'm not sure if I didn't really love the match that much. Like cheating annoys me. I you can't really watch the WWE though, because there's like if you don't like cheating though, because there's so much of it. And I thought I don't know.
Well, I thought cheating was done well later in the night.
I saw quite a few like poorly performed moves in the first match. I mean, they were warming up, but I don't know. Like,
what do you mean they were warming up? Everyone else has the same amount of time to warm up.
That's true. Well, anyway, I saw some. Well, then they have no excuse.
No excuses.
I saw some pretty poorly performed moves. Like a lot of them were so fake that it was just like they didn't even try to make it look like someone got hurt. They were just like, "Oh no, I punched you," but it didn't even look like it came contact. Like it was like an inch away, and the guy, like I don't know, some of the moves were just really bad. And you know, obviously without the cheating, the rebels, as I like to call them, would have won. But
oh yeah, okay.
But the authority, you know, the authority pulled it out at the end with Big Show coming in with an enormously heavy punch on.
Did Big Show get the pin?
No, Big Show didn't get pinned.
No, did Big Show get the pin?
No.
Who got the pin?
No one was. Oh, who? Oh, it wasn't Big Show because he was outside. I think it was Kane. It was either Kane or Seth Rollins. But
clearly Kane needs the push, guys.
Kane was holding Ryback up against the. Oh, no, he was holding Dolph Ziggler up against the wall, and he got punched.
If Ziggler wasn't held up against the wall, he would have lived. I mean, he would have clearly zigged himself up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, hit the zigzag, hit the zigplex, hit the zig splash.
Yep.
And then got the zig cover for the zig 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then he zigged his way out.
I don't know. I mean, this was a good opener, but like, you could have replaced Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler with Zack Ryder and Luke Harper and had the same result. Just you know, it's like these two deserve better than wrestling in the opener. And Ryback is so over.
But then we get to the end where after the match, the Authority wins. They beat the crap out of there's an after fight after the match where Seth Rollins is kicking Ziggler, and so Ryback and Erick Rowan get in and just start and they get beaten up by the security team, and so then Randy Orton comes in out of nowhere, and Seth Rollins, who really has he's just like oh, time to be a pussy, and he just runs.
Some say he's still running.
Yeah, no, he just kept running out of the stadium, and it's just like he went to the next state. He's still running. Yeah, and this is way after it was filmed. So
he's still running today.
Yeah,
apparently
he's still
he made
running.
his way to the Daily Show yesterday.
Yeah, did he?
Yeah, genuinely.
Was he a guest?
No, he's challenging Jon Stewart to a match at WrestleMania.
Oh, okay, that should be interesting.
That should be terrible.
Jon Stewart will bring in a gun or something.
Shoot Rollins.
Yeah, and everyone's like, yay! Anyway, but
Rollins deserves so much better.
and then basically Randy Orton came in and wrecked everyone.
Yeah.
Just
Turning
because.
from injury.
Yeah, he's like, hey, why not?
October. He went to film a movie for a month, and so took 4 months off. And he's scared. I wrote Randy Orton comes in and wrecks everyone, scares Seth Rollins out of the fucking state. Right, makes a lot of sense.
What was your rating for this match?
It's hard because I think they worked hard and it was decently exciting, but I'm so pissed off that Dolph and Seth were in something else. Yeah, D+.
I gave it a C-. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go for a D+ on that one.
Okay.
I just don't think it's. I think it's below average.
So the next match was a 2-way between Goldust and Stardust. Now I kind of like this one.
Goldust.
And and Star. Anyway,
Star.
But yeah, no.
Don't call him Cody.
Yeah, no, don't do that.
Don't do that. Ever.
I thought it had an interesting story behind it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But the match itself was like, it was
a bit weird. It wasn't Goldust's best work recently.
No, it wasn't either of their best work recently, I would say.
I don't know. I've seen a lot. Like, I like Cody, but I've seen a lot more out of Goldust in the last couple of weeks, even though he's like 40.
Anyway, I thought it was a decent match though.
Yeah, I mean, I hope their match at Mania is better if they get a match at Mania.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. The promo afterwards was great.
Yeah, the promo afterwards was cool. So basically, Stardust walks up, or basically like attacks Goldust, knocks him out, and then his father's like, "What'd you do?" It was like out of a movie. Yeah. And Stardust says, "You're no longer my father." And then he sort of creeps off into the woods. But
while he's creeping off, he just kicks backwards. Goldust is still on the floor.
Yes. Did you see Spider-Man 3?
Which Spider-Man 3? The old one?
The old one. There's a new Spider-Man 3 already?
There's a 2. There might have been a 3. 1 second.
No, okay. The one have you seen the old one?
It's not old. It's not the old one. It's the first reboot.
Sure, yeah, that one.
Yeah, let me look up who the villain was, and I'll tell you.
It was that Black Venom guy.
Yeah, his name's Venom. Okay.
Anyway, that reminded me of this because in that, Spider-Man puts on the black suit and the suit itself starts infecting him. So like Stardust's suit is like turning him against his family.
Yeah.
It's a decently interesting promo. It's a little weird. It's a little like it's very strange. But there's Goldust and Stardust, so it's going to be strange.
Yeah, I mean like Cody's doing his best work in years. There's no doubt about that for me. Like that promo work is great.
So did you have a rating for that match?
Before that, the finish. Did you notice that the ref kind of like fucked up?
What? I didn't see that. What happened?
His shoulders were down on the mat, but the ref stopped the count at 2 and then called the match anyway.
Ah!
So I don't know. Like it was weird. It just the pacing was a little off. The match wasn't very good. I'm gonna give it a D.
Really? Yeah. I also gave this one a C-.
Yeah, I can understand why it'd be on the same level as the opener. I just thought it was a little bit more exciting than the opener.
I thought the story was better.
Oh yeah, I agree.
I think good story is like half of what this is about. So like I give that a pretty good rating.
I agree with you. It's just I just thought they could have done so much more. They didn't have enough time. Things like that. Yeah.
So the third match, it was a tag team.
Oh.
4-man,
my third
one fall.
Match of the night.
Really? Okay. Yeah. It was the Usos versus Cesaro and Tyson Kidd.
The Brass Ring Club, baby.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty decent. There was some exciting. It was probably one of the, as far as like agility goes, one of the best matches of the night. There were quite a few like agile moves. A lot of the matches tonight were. Really, a lot of the matches tonight were just enormous men hitting each other. So, as the main events are. So I like this one. It was very quick. You had some high flies. It was good. I liked it.
I liked a couple of things. I liked they worked. I think it was Jimmy's right leg, and then Cesaro went to do the swing, and he only did it with one leg. And then I think it was Jay. He did a Samoan drop into the barricade on the outside. It was. Yeah, I like this. This was a fun little escapade.
It was. And they didn't make it too long, like certain matches.
No, I think it could have gone on a little longer, but I'm glad the result is what it is. I guess I'm just biased that I like Tyson Kidd and Cesaro, so I'm glad they win the belts. But it was a good match. It wasn't
Tyson Kidd and Cesaro won.
It wasn't their greatest work, either of teams, but it was a good, decent match. I tend to like the tag team titles. I tend to compare them to the Usos versus the Wyatt family back at Battleground, because that match was so great. I think one of the biggest problems with this match is the crowd just killed it. Like, the crowd just weren't interested, and that kind of brought it down a notch for me. But
yeah.
The match itself, if you had a great crowd behind it, would have been amazing.
Yeah, did you have a rating?
I'll go for a C. I'll go for a flat C.
I gave this one a C+. I thought it was a good match. It entertained me because I tend to like that kind of wrestling more.
Yeah.
So it entertained me in a night of just utter man grabbing. You know?
I enjoyed the match. I was teetering on the edge of C+ as well, but I thought I know these two teams can do better, which is what swung me in the end.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully they do in a month's time.
So, the last, the one after this was apparently not a match, as Puddy has told me, but it was we'll call it a kerfuffle.
A call out, if you will.
It was a two-way call out face-to-face kerfuffle between Triple H and Sting.
Yeah.
It was only like 2 minutes long or something. It was really
10.
It was 10?
It was longer.
The fighting itself was really quick.
No, yeah, but the entire segment was like 10 or 15 minutes.
Oh yeah, the segment. I
mean, there was no fighting.
There was hitting.
There was no hitting. Oh yeah, there was.
What are you talking about? Yeah, there was.
It lasted like 15 seconds.
Well, hey, I named a winner.
Well, yeah, obviously, but
I said winner Sting, kind of not a fight. That's what I wrote. So I did know that it wasn't really a fight, but still, I wrote a winner. It was Sting won the kerfuffle.
Which means Triple H is going to win at Mania.
Yeah,
right?
Which means Triple H is going to get all hot and bothered and get on his big man shoes and ride down to WrestleMania.
Here's my question with this: is Triple H the heel or is Triple H the face?
I have no idea.
Because Triple H is the WWE guy. And we're watching WWE. So
yeah, I feel like
Sting wins at Mania. Is WCW better than WWE?
I feel like right now everyone hates WWE. Like they're watching it, but they hate it. So I feel like
that's just me. I feel like that's just the minority. I feel like
I don't know. I've been hearing just listening to the crowd sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, you're right. Actually.
Yeah. So I feel like even though they like the service it provides, but like they don't like the actual, obviously the establishment.
Did you hear when Triple H said, "Oh, I'll put you in the Hall of Fame," and then the guy in the one of the guys in the crowd shouted, "Make him put you in the Hall of Fame, Sting," and then Triple H went, "I'll put you in the Hall of Fame," and the guy in the crowd went, "That's my point, Sting." Yeah, like the crowd was, weird tonight.
Yeah, I thought so too. They were back and forth a lot, and there were a lot of people yelling out very clear. Like I did hear a lot of people like that yelling out very clear things. Like, one of my favorite things later in the match. Two matches later, I heard when it was Dean Ambrose and Bad News Barrett, someone yelled out, "Hey, Bad News Barrett, I've got bad news for you. You suck." And I thought that was hilarious because it was so clear. Like it hit right. It went right into the mic. I love. Yeah. They had some funny crowd members tonight. But so we're not gonna rate this kerfuffle.
No. But are you excited for Sting versus Triple H at Mania?
I think it'll be interesting because I think Sting is definitely a tough fighter, and Triple H as usual is a really good, really entertaining to watch.
Yeah, my question is whether Triple H can carry Sting, and I don't know at 40 something whether he can. Not entirely sure. Interesting to see.
Yeah, well, they're both kind of old guys.
Yeah, but you saw Triple H a year ago. I know he was against Daniel Bryan, like the greatest guy, the greatest wrestler in the company. But he put on a 5-star match a year ago. So hopefully, I do believe he put on a good match against Brock Lesnar, who's a hard guy to carry. So to see him face Sting, I don't know.
Daniel Bryan. Anyway,
yeah. But to see him face to face Sting, I don't know whether he can carry him. I'm not entirely sure. I'm happy they're doing this match because I don't think I could have sat through 30 minutes of Sting Undertaker. But we'll see. Like I think I'll be rooting for Triple H because I was not a WCW guy. I like Sting, but I like Triple H.
I'm not sure where this fell in the fight, so I'm just going to talk about it now. At one point, we had a little call to arms. Bray Wyatt called
towards the end. We can talk about it now, though, if you want to.
Yeah, well, I didn't know where it fell, so I'm just going to talk about it now. Bray, because it's not really related to any of the matches, so it doesn't. I don't think it really matters. But Bray Wyatt called. He came in the coffin, and everyone thought that the Undertaker was going to come out, and everyone was like, "Yeah!" And then Bray Wyatt comes out, and everyone's like, "Oh."
It was literally like everyone had been quiet all night. The Undertaker's music dropped, big pop. Silence.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's not the Undertaker. Okay.
And he's just like, he sounded really tired. Like the way he was talking was more scratchy voice than usual.
He's barely fought since the Rumble. He's
I
just
know.
been cutting promos, building a coffin.
I know.
That's a great thing. In his promos recently, he's been building something with wood, and it was a coffin, and he came out in it tonight.
Oh, that's funny.
That was awesome. Yeah. But yeah, Wyatt Undertaker is gonna be a good match because I like Wyatt, unlike some people. I like Wyatt's in-ring style. I think he's great, and I like Taker, and anything's better than last year's Taker match. So yeah, as long as Bray goes over like he should, then I'm happy with the match. Honestly.
Okay, now to get to the Diva Championship match, one fall.
Look, right. Let me point out that Nikki Bella has come a long way in the last year. Fair play to her. Let me also point out that these two had an exceptionally good match on Main Event 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, whenever it was, where they were given 15 minutes to work. Let me point out that Paige is still the best worker on the roster, bar one.
Okay.
This
anyway,
match was very good.
It was Paige versus Nikki Bella because we didn't actually say that. You were just sort of.
I mentioned both competitors.
Yeah, but who knows? You know. It's but you so you didn't like the match.
I mean, it was my fourth favorite match on the card, but this was a pretty shitty card.
It was a bad card. Yeah. I thought you know, hey, I'm excited just to see Paige.
Yeah.
No, but she's always fun to watch, even if it's a bad match.
The only thing that this match is really that bad is that it makes me worry we're going to see Brie versus Nikki at Mania, and I really don't want to see Brie versus Nikki at Mania.
It's gonna be just a shit throwing session. It's just,
you know, like the only Divas match right now that I could acceptably see them putting on is Stephanie AJ. If they do that, that's and that's a long shot because we're a week into the Mania build already. And they haven't. AJ's not on TV, and neither is Stephanie. And she's usually on TV.
I think one reason I realized that I really like Paige and AJ versus the other lady fighters is divas is that they, instead of always going for a trying to pinfall submission, they go for a tap out. They try to like exert.
I love the way you describe that.
What?
Pinfall submission. Versus tap out.
Yeah, what?
No, don't worry. Just
those are different things, correct?
Yes, but it's pinfall and submission.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, tap out is submission.
Okay. Anyway, well, there you go. But anyway, they try to make their opponents tap out every time just through sheer like pain, which is always like great to watch. Like what, you know. They're interesting fighters. They always put on a good show.
The main finisher isn't a submission finisher though.
I thought it was.
It's the Rampage, the PTO. Her PTO submission hold is her like secondary finisher. The Rampage is her main one, which is like a spiking, vicious DDT she does. She like puts her up on her shoulders and then slams her down head first into the mat. It's vicious as hell. I love it, but it's pinfall. It's.
And then they take off their clothes.
No, you're not Kevin Dunn. Don't do this.
Okay.
So this is. I mean, I like these two girls. They just only got like 4 minutes. So,
it was longer than that.
Because on Raw this week they literally had a 30-second Divas match. I'm not even joking, and it's got controversy everywhere. AJ has called out Stephanie on Twitter. And you know shit's getting real when that happens. I don't know what to say. It was a weak match, and it should have been better. Just like the next one. Like the people involved were good enough. It just wasn't very good. I'd give it a C-.
So, I gave it a C+. I liked it. I enjoyed watching it. That's So, 6th match, Intercontinental Championship.
Do you really want to talk about this match? Because I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
You don't want to?
No. I have
Dean Ambrose.
It's not Dean Ambrose. It's
versus
Dean
bad news.
Fucking Ambrose.
Okay. It was a decent match. I liked it. It was actually technically I rated it higher than all the other matches I'm now looking at. So yeah, it was great. Apparently it was a great match.
Okay, go on, go on. Tell me about the match. Why you liked it so much?
There were just a lot of great moves. They have really good banter, I would say. And I don't know. I really like watching Dean Ambrose fight.
I can't argue with it.
He puts on a good show. Like he's such just an asshole.
You know he was the face, right?
Yeah, there could be asshole faces. Most faces are assholes.
yeah, it's a fair point.
Yeah. I mean, the only reason they are a face is because they're fighting heels sometimes, Like, they're not really a face. Like, in
the match after this one, I would argue the Russian is the face.
Anyway, well, especially if you're Russian. No, but Bad News Barrett, he didn't impress me that much. I didn't like him as much as Dean Ambrose in the match. But what do you have to say about the match before I get to the ending?
I think the promos were surrounding the match both on Monday and before the match. The fact that Dean Ambrose stole the title after the match, by the way, which is led to a storyline that's like, you know what? Even though I'm not the champion, I'm going to defend the belt.
It's hilarious.
Awesome. Yeah, it's funny as hell. And I like it. Dean Ambrose is a great guy, but I thought the match itself, I mean, I don't know. A lot of matches seemed squeezed for time tonight, and I thought this one was another one. It's, again, two guys that I think...
They put a lot of matches on the card.
Yeah, I mean, I thought there was only 5 when I thought about them, so, but, yeah, it's two guys who can definitely work a good match. It's Dean Ambrose, who I absolutely adore, but they just, I just didn't click for me tonight. Just off crowd. I think the crowd hurt this match again, and,
yeah, goddamn Memphis.
Damn Memphis.
Dude, the announcers were going back and forth between insulting and praising Memphis as a city. They're like, Memphis, it's from Memphis. They were like, it's a great city, and then whenever the crowd said something, they'd be like, how can you trust Memphis? It was like, what? You realize they can hear you, right?
The funny thing is, Nashville was much louder the next day. Much louder. It's like a couple of miles down the road.
Yeah, Nashville's a pretty crazy town. Nashville's
It's not like a smart town. It's not like a, like when you expect loud crowds like that. It wasn't even really that loud. But when you expect decent crowds, you expect them to be smart crowds, like Philly or where did they?
Smart. What does smart mean?
Quote marks. Smart mark means like a internet fan, basically.
Oh, well, I don't know, Nashville. It's a rock and roll music hall of fame. There's a lot of crazy people there.
It tends to be like traditional wrestling fans, like Cena fans and things like that.
But yeah, anyway, the crowd at Memphis wasn't that good. But anyway, the end of the match, there technically was no winner because Ambrose was disqualified, although
there was a winner. Bad News Barrett wins by disqualification.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind. I just said there was no winner because Bad News Barrett couldn't move. But
Dean Ambrose said afterwards on the post show, "How did I lose that fight when I'm the one standing and he's the one not?"
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But then again, Dean Ambrose is a dick. So, so it was Then again, Bad News Barrett is also a huge dick.
There was a show,
but Bad News Barrett is more of a dick with his mouth. Was talking. Anyway, what were we saying?
There was a show in December where Dean Ambrose. There was a cancelled show because it was snowy. It was really snowed in, and so Dean Ambrose arrived at WWE headquarters in the storyline, and they asked him how he got there, and he's like, I don't know, took a taxi. I don't know where the taxi driver is. Like he has a thing with taxi drivers, actually, because back in Night of Champions when he returned to face Seth Rollins, he didn't pay the taxi driver.
Ooh.
I know.
That's not good.
I know. Based on that alone, this match was an F, so yeah.
Whoa.
I'm kidding.
I actually gave the match a B-. I liked it a lot.
I'm going to give it a C-. Again, I felt it was on par with the Divas match.
I thought the ending was hilarious. So I don't know. Dean Ambrose makes me love to hate him. You know, it's just like he's so.
Wait, what? Seriously?
Yeah, yeah, he's such a dick. Like he's a great heel. Well, I guess he's a face, but he's a heel. He's an asshole. Anyway, I mean, you said Dean Ambrose is a face, but I think anyone who ties up another man and makes them sign something, I mean, I guess if he's a face, he's like Dirty Harry. You know, he's just like, you know, he's on the fringe of the law. Anyway, so yeah, next match.
It's a good, decent match.
Next match, it was
Rusev Patria, Rusev Pachka.
It was a match between Rusev and John Cena, and Lol Cena. Oh wait.
Wait.
Astronomia. Anyway,
Lol, Cena doesn't give up anyway.
Yeah. I feel like their fans will just be like, "Well, he didn't give up."
That's what literally he said the next. Oh, on Raw, again on Raw the next night, Cena came out and said, "Look, I didn't give up. I want a rematch." Rusev came out and said, "Nope," and then just walked back into. I'm like, yeah, I like.
No,
that.
it's so funny because like, John, that's your thing. Are there any wrestlers that like just say, I lost. I'm not gonna fight anymore." Like
Daniel Bryan on Raw said,
"Really?
Yeah. So you may be bigger than me, and I guess you proved that you have more heart than me. So I guess I got nothing left. Good luck at WrestleMania."
I hate what they're doing to Daniel.
He's in a 7-man ladder match at WrestleMania.
That's terrible.
I know.
He deserves so much more. I hope he wins.
He's in it with Dean Ambrose, though.
Oh, God! Dean Ambrose loves ladders!
And Dolph Ziggler!
Oh, no! The man who can't be killed? Well, that's not good.
Yeah. Look, back to the actual...
You know how Dean Ambrose loves impaling people with objects.
Wait, at TLC, he did, like... He used 3 ladders of differing heights to try and bury Bray Wyatt, and still lost.
Anyway,
actually really good match between Rusev and Cena, which was
I thought it was a good fight. Rusev had a lot of bear hugs, but it was also there were some excellent moves.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, Rusev.
I thought it was long.
Growing, I mean, it was. I think it was
felt long to me.
I liked the length. I thought the psychology was good enough to carry it through the. I don't know. It wasn't as good as the next match in terms of that. Just the pure story being told. But they tried to do this classic Cena. Oh, I never give up. I never do this and that and that and this and.
And Rusev, as usual, is just like
Rusev Pachka.
I'm from Russia, and here's a flag. Let's fight!
And I love the ending. I love the ending because, if you notice, Rusev doesn't even see that Lana's distracting the referee. So it's not like he cheats. He just really wants to kick Cena in the balls. Mm-hmm. Which is awesome.
And Lana's just sort of like the evil, tricksy, like, Russian spy in the mix.
Lana's the actual heel.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah, Rusev is just like,
dude, this match was only 18
I like
minutes.
to fight.
You can't say it was long.
It felt long to me.
It must have felt long to you, yeah.
It felt long. That's what I wrote down. But, Oh,
God.
Sorry. I gave it a C+.
Huh? Okay, one sec. Let me write this down. C+, okay. I thought it was really good. I thought Rusev is showing more and more promise. Thought Cena brought his A game. He still can't sell for shit. But it worked really well. It was exciting. It was a good fight. It was given the right treatment. The story they told was great. I still think there's room for improvement, but I would give it a solid B. The gulf between this and the tag team match was clearly visible to me. So yeah, that was my rating on it.
Anyway, okay. On
to clearly the best match of the night.
You think so?
Yes, very, very, very good match. The best match Roman Reigns will ever have in his entire career. Hands down, unless he fights Bryan again. It was solid. It was exciting. It was fast-paced. It was great. The finishing sequence was exactly what it should have been. The crowd was perfect for this match, not because they were good, but because they were quiet, and they weren't booing Roman Reigns. So they picked the crowd perfectly tonight. Yeah, it was a good match. It is what it's that type of match. It's that type of classic match where you can look at it and say, all right, it's not revolutionary by any means, but it's one of those main events that feels like a main event, unlike some matches. Randy Orton versus Big Show. Anyway, yeah, so it actually felt like a main event, and there was high stakes on the line. There were two good acts and one good wrestler in the ring, and I don't believe in Roman Reigns. I think this match has not sold me WrestleMania, but that's okay because I'm gonna buy it anyway because I'm gullible as hell. As a match, it was great. It was an A minus for me.
Wow, I did not even come close to thinking that well of it. I was bored with a lot of the fight, with certain portions of the fight. There were really good portions, but I don't know. Like, I'd say Daniel Bryan had some great hits, and I think, I don't know. To me, it felt like Daniel Bryan had won that match 8 times.
Yeah, actually, no, he did hit the knee. Forgot about
that. And like, I don't know, that cuddly little beard, like, I hate to watch him lose, so it made me hate the fight at the end. Like, I was just like, I hate life. And
you're a Daniel Bryan mark.
Anyway, I like he's a really funny guy. Like, he's one of the few guys that I like to like. Most of the guys I like in this show I like to hate. Like, I'm just like, yeah, that's really cool. He's such an asshole. But
Kevin Owens, for example.
Yeah, but Daniel Bryan is he's just a great guy. He's funny. You can see some of his suffrage. He has a good following. I like screaming yes.
Hey, have you seen WrestleMania 30 yet?
Isn't that
that was last year? Daniel Bryan wrestles for an hour and at the end of it wins the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, I think I saw that actually.
Yeah. So yeah, that was his night, and he'll never get it again because Roman Reigns is taking it away from us.
And Roman Reigns just does not impress me. Like, he still feels like he's in the Shield. Like, I like, physically he's like athletic, obviously, but he just does not he's not agile. He's not that good of a fighter. And I hate how forced it feels that the announcers are playing him up as a really good fighter. They're like, well, anyone who gets in his way is got to get mauled over. I'm like, what? Yeah. There's so many fighters in this show that they could kick his ass. But
like Brock Lesnar, perhaps? Fingers crossed.
If they switched the card up and they put Dean Ambrose against Roman Reigns, like, or literally, I just don't know how. Goldust could have beat him. Like, don't you agree? Like, if Roman Reigns and Goldust had a legitimate match with no planning, which is never going to happen, but
then Roman Reigns would win.
You think so?
Yes. He's chiseled, he's muscular, and he's not 45.
Hey, that just gives him heart.
Goldust is a great professional wrestler, but that guy is out of shape.
He got beat the shit out of. Anyway, I thought it was. I thought it was good.
Did you? It doesn't sound like it.
Oh, sorry. I thought. What were we talking about?
Roman
the last
Reigns
match. No, I thought that was horrible. Sorry, I was just commenting on Daniel Bryan. I think he's good. No, I thought the last match, I didn't like it that much. But the only reason I'm saying I didn't like it that much is because you said you liked it so much. I did like the match more than some of the matches in the ticket. I gave it a C. I gave it a C.
Ooh.
Yeah.
On your rating system, that means it's better than Goldust versus Stardust, better than the 6-man tag, but worse than the Divas title match.
Mm-hmm. Oh. I love watching Paige. And I don't like watching Daniel Bryan lose. Those two things add up to...
I love it. It's perfect. Hey, wait a second. This is a perfect point to be made. This is a casual fan who started watching like 6 months ago, and he doesn't like Roman Reigns. Like, this isn't just a smarks, alright?
He's got way too much hair. Anyway.
Wait, you're like Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, but Daniel Bryan keeps it groomed.
Not his beard.
No, not his. I'm not talking about his beard. If everyone had a great beard like him, I'd love them all. No, he does. He does have the best beard in the WWE.
You should have seen Rollins and Reigns in their prime with the Shield. They were both just hair down to their feet, just wet as hell, slashing it back.
They are very wet guys. They are the Rollins and Reigns are always wet as shit. They're always just like lubed up, and I'm like, what? You're doing the same things all the other wrestlers are doing.
No, like I think Dean talked about that in like the Shield DVD.
I'm pretty sure that they did Dean Ambrose?
Yeah, he was like, I just mess it up and do it and put some gel in it, and they're there before we go out there, putting water bottles on their heads and stuff. And Seth's like, well, the lights, they're very bright, and so it frisses up my hair. And
it's weird. Seth Rollins is so like small, so he should sweat the least, but he is like a sweat machine.
That's not sweat though. I think it's just water.
Yeah, I mean, he probably just pours water all over his face because he goes into the match pretty sweaty.
Well, that's what he does before he comes out, definitely. Yeah. Well, that's what he used to it with the Shield.
Either that, or he doesn't wash his hair for a month and it's just really greasy.
Well, he's re-bleaching it for Mania.
Yeah. Yeah, gotta re-highlight those textures.
Yeah.
Hey.
You seem to have hated it. I'm assuming you sat down and actually like watched it, like just paid attention to it, whereas I had it on the background for the most part and went back and watched good matches. So I don't know whether that's why you disliked it as much as me, but more than me. But I thought it was not as bad. I thought it was one of the top like 4 or 5 pay-per-views we've had in the last couple of months.
The whole pay-per-view?
Yeah, I didn't think like. I think back to pay-per-views like Battleground, where we had a main event of Kane, Randy Orton, John Cena, and Roman Reigns. Or Night of Champions, where we had a main event of John Cena and Brock Lesnar when we got a disqualification finish. Or TLC, when we had just no great matches on the card, really.
It just felt like to me that they had a lot of filler content. Like, I don't know. It
felt like a glorified episode of Monday Night Raw, but at least it was a glorified episode. Like... It was a...
Yeah, but it should be a glorified pay-per-view.
Yeah, I know. Look, I'm not saying it's a good pay-per-view. I'm just saying it's better than I expected. I thought it was an entertaining couple of hours for WWE. Like I don't know. Maybe I'm happier with wrestling nowadays now that I can watch NXT. Like, that just makes me happy.
Yeah.
But, I mean, this was nowhere near... This wasn't as good as an NXT episode you get every week on Wednesday nights. So
yeah, exactly. Like the fighters, most of them are just boring. Like, maybe that's why. Like, you were doing something. Well, I was watching basically the whole thing. I had to leave like twice to do the laundry, and I missed like a minute. So like I thought it was. I like, there were certain portions where I was just like, this fight is still going on. Holy shit! And also, I don't love wrestling in general as much as you do, so that might be another thing. But I just thought that I thought about 4 of the matches that they were too long.
I mean, it's not like you don't like long matches. You like Royal Rumbles, and you really liked Team Authority versus Team Cena, and that was a 40-minute match.
Yeah, I enjoyed the hell out of
that.
Yeah. But a match like exactly. I think the matches that were short seemed really long because I wasn't enjoying them that much, like just a lot. And I think I really like watching Paige. like they could have given her 40 more minutes and I'd have been like, yeah, okay. Anyway,
I need to send you Paige highlights every week.
Okay, you should.
Yeah. Oh, she's on Total Divas now.
Oh, okay. I'll have to check it out. Hey, they added Total Divas to Hulu.
Oh, new seasons or old seasons?
I'm not sure. No, it's always new seasons on Hulu. Like, they upload each episode the week after it's aired.
If you have Hulu, NXT is on Hulu.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah. But yeah, you should check that out. NXT, which is great.
But Divas, Total Divas.
Yeah.
Do they all live in a house together? Like, is it like?
Not really. No, they don't.
Is it like? Do they just like visit each other? Like,
some of the times, like, they don't even talk to each other. They're just separate.
So they're just showing their diva-ness separately.
Pretty much, yeah. Sometimes there's like bitchy moments.
Is Paige the least diva? That's what the announcer said. She's the least diva.
Well, yeah, because like her tagline, her nickname in NXT was the anti-diva.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like anyway, what did you think? Like, what grade would you give the overall pay-per-view?
Oh god.
Keeping in mind your average is probably a C from your ratings of your matches.
Yeah, no, the average is probably a C. But
you don't have to go by that.
But in my mind, not having a single match that truly like got me really excited, that made me really want to know who won at the end. I mean, except the H match, which at the end he lost, so fuck that. No, anyway, I'm gonna give it a C minus.
C minus. Okay, I thought this was one of the best pay-per-views ever made, and I think you're not going to get much better than this in your pay-per-view. So I'm going to give it an A star.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was great. Best pick. No, it was an average pay-per-view. I wanna go out there and say that if we get pay-per-views like this 8 times out of 12 a year, I'll be disappointed. But there were 2 good matches on the card, at least. So it wasn't dreadful. So it wasn't a D. But I'll give it a C minus as well, because I thought it was very underwhelming, and I hope we don't have any more of these pay-per-views, please. I'm looking at you, Battleground, later this year.
Yeah.
Okay, what was your best match of the night?
My best match?
Yeah.
Ooh. I really liked Dean Ambrose versus Bad News Barrett. Well, really, yeah, I liked it a lot. Paige versus Nikki Bella, I liked that a good amount. I liked. Oh God, sorry. I liked the second tag, the second tag team, Usos versus Cesaro and Tyson Kidd.
Brass Ring Club.
Yeah, that. So I guess my favorite would be the Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, okay, I thought so. My favorite match on the card is the main event. It was the only match they were really cared about, so it's the only match I really cared about was Bryan versus Reigns. Mm-hmm. What was your worst match of the night?
I would say the first one.
6-man tag?
Yeah. It was
fair enough.
I'd say it was poorly organized, and a lot of the moves were horrible. Like, oh my God, it was a lot of it was just like a train crash.
Okay, well,
a train crash because a plane needs to be swift and be able to actually lift up, and these guys aren't able to do that. So it was a train crash. It was 2 people heading at each other, and they could have stopped at any time.
All right. Well, I thought that match did its job, so I'm gonna go with the Goldust versus Stardust match, which I thought was a little bit slow, didn't tell a story right, and botched their finish. Who was your best performer of the night?
Why are you typing this down? Are you like starting a blog?
No, I do it every week. Every time I put out grades and stuff in the description.
Oh, okay. My best performer, probably.
Wait, you just said oof. That's close to ooh, which is what Roman Reigns says all the time. So I'm assuming you love Reigns, right? Do you want to make him look really, really strong?
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Are you sure? Because I can cut that staff.
I'm gonna say Dean Ambrose. Ambrose.
Dean.
Yeah, either that or Rusev. Even though I didn't love that fight, Rusev did really well.
Rusev Patria. Rusev Patska.
Okay.
Rusev or Ambrose? Who are you going for?
Actually, I'm gonna say Rusev.
Rusev Patria. Rusev Patska.
He fought really well.
Rusev strong.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
No.
I'm gonna go with Daniel Bryan because he did something I thought nobody could, which is make Roman Reigns look like a good wrestler.
Yeah.
Which is a achievement.
And at the end he was like, okay, you do good, kid. You
Did you hear what he said?
Yeah,
he,
yeah.
Like, tapped his shoulder and went, "You kick Brock Lesnar's ass."
Kick his ass. And I was like, no, you should kick his
Yeah,
ass.
you should kick his ass.
Just go outside right now and kick his ass.
There's been shit. Okay, so before we get to worst performer on Raw this week, Brock Lesnar apparently left. just left. Just walked out.
We can't find him.
And apparently there was loads of rumors, and one of which was that Roman Reigns. This is a bullshit one. Roman Reigns failed a drug test, and Vince refused to suspend him. So Brock was like, "Fuck this shit," and just left. But apparently it's more to do with his contract.
Or Daniel Bryan killed him. No.
No, but apparently it's more to do with his contract, because apparently getting paid $1 million per match is apparently, not enough for Brock Lesnar. He needs to go back to UFC and risk his life. Yeah.
Yeah, he needs more.
More. Yeah, more.
More money. More.
Feed me more. Feed me more. Oh, that reminds me. Worst performer. Ryback. No, I'm kidding. Who's your worst performer? Goldust.
No, that wasn't my worst performer.
Stardust.
Okay, stop. My worst performer was. Ooh, this is hard, actually. I'm gonna say.
There's so many to choose from.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. But
It doesn't have to be a wrestler.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, then I'm definitely gonna say, the children. No.
He's got the whole world. The Druids.
The Druids. What?
Mine's obvious. Do you want me to go?
How
first?
about? I'll say John Cena.
Oh, really? Explain.
Yeah. He didn't entertain me, and Rusev just looked like he kicked the shit out of him.
Fair.
In all the other matches, I could see it going either way, but as I was watching that match, now obviously John Cena can win because Cena win. Like they can make Cena win any match. But I was saying, okay, if this isn't in a world where Cena wins all the time, Cena has no chance of winning this match. Rusev is going to beat the living hell out of him, and he did. So I was really happy with the ending of that match, because it's what I predicted to happen at the beginning and throughout. So I was happy about that, because I feel like a lot of wrestling matches, I'm watching it and they just do bullshit at the end, for the purposes of the story. And my argument should be the story should fit into the wrestler's actual talent. You shouldn't just create a story from no talent. That's bullcrap. That's gonna make everyone angry at you, which they are. Not you, them. Anyway, but you know what I mean? They should create a story from the talented, not from the untalented.
I Roman what you mean. I mean, I know what you mean.
But anyway, I think Rusev kicked the not that John Cena is always that bad, but yeah, in that match he didn't impress me at all, and I felt like in all the other matches there was at least some sort of fight. Well, except the Sting Triple H kerfuffle. But we're not rating that one, so...
I mean, there was no fight in the Bray Wyatt segment.
That's true. There was none in the Bray Wyatt segment.
We knew Bray Wyatt was going to win that match, as you put it down as.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why you put it down as 9 matches.
No, I didn't write that down.
Bray Wyatt versus the Druids.
Anyway, so what was your worst performer?
Brie Bella.
Brie Bella.
She still continues to be the most annoying person.
She is annoying. She just kept yelling. Keep going!
Come on, Nikki!
You can do it! I just one of the other divas. One of the other divas should just come up and stab her. And
AJ,
no one will know.
AJ.
Yeah, AJ comes up with a scalpel, stabs her, and just runs off.
And skips off.
And no one sees it happen because they're all focused on the match. And as usual, the announcers, even though they saw it happen, they're just gonna announce it and not inform anyone. When they see people cheat, they're like, oh, they cheated, but the referee didn't see it. Sure, we have it on camera, and there were hundreds of witnesses, but nothing we can do about it. Yeah. Millions.
Yeah, on TV.
If you consider the people who watched the footage. But nothing we can do about it. Just let it go.
Gotta let it slide.
That 18-year-old ref knows what he's doing.
Yeah, look, well, this pay-per-view, you obviously didn't like it.
I didn't.
Especially
after the last special we did the podcast on. I really liked that one.
Because I think the aim for me now is to show you 3 monthly WWE stuff, so that when we get to the NXT stuff, you're like, oh my god, what is this you were not showing me?
Yeah.
So I don't know. NXT's been good. Yeah. Brian Kendrick's back, and so is Rhino. Freaking Rhino. That was just out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Rhino's officially working for another company right now.
Really?
I think so, yeah. I think he's still contracted somewhere else, but I'm sure he's like going to end it soon.
Before we end the podcast today, what would you think you're most excited about from this match, story-wise? What story are you most excited about seeing progress? Or
from Fastlane?
Yeah. None.
I'm trying to think, like, Tyson Kidd and Cesaro versus the world. No, I guess it's gotta be Bray versus Taker.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
that should be an interesting match. Yeah.
I'm more pessimistic about Bryan. I don't care about Rusev Cena, even though it's gonna be pretty good. I like the Dean Ambrose storyline.
Wait, Rusev Cena are gonna fight again?
Oh yeah, WrestleMania.
What?
And then probably a third time so that Cena can win.
Yeah, no, they are, because Cena never gives up, even though Rusev is equally as passionate, if anything, more passionate about Mother Russia, and he fights better. Okay, so...
Look, he's Russian, he's the United States champion, he's actually Bulgarian, he has an American as a manager.
Is he actually Bulgarian?
Yep.
That's funny.
He has a manager who's from California who pretends to be Russian. And
a wife who's from Canada who pretends to be Russian.
Lana is his wife.
Oh, really?
Well, partners, I think. She's got nudes, by the way.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't think she's that hot, but...
Rusev, really? You always don't like these women that I show you. I think you're gay. That's what I'm trying to say.
You think I'm gay? Hey, if Paige is a man...
I mean, she's pretty beastly.
You don't think Paige is pretty?
Yeah, I do.
I like her kind of girl. She's just sort of dirty and all roughed up.
She's pale. She's pure.
Yeah, I don't mind pale. I don't mind pigment. It's never been a thing for me.
That's why I like.
If anything, I hate tan. Really, I don't really like really tan people.
Yeah.
Like unless that's your that's your racial, but like your racial affiliation. But if you're white and you're really really tan, it looks weird. Because then you look orange.
What are you trying to say? I'm tan.
You're tan?
I'm actually quite orange. I don't know how I'm tanned. I live in Wales.
It is a mystery.
It's all evolution. Evolution is a mystery. And do you know who led evolution?
Microorganisms?
Evolution, the stable.
Oh, okay. I think the reason you're tan is
you're not going to answer the evolution question.
You just asked. I answered, and then you said another thing.
No, evolution. I meant evolution, the wrestling team.
Oh, who?
Triple H.
Oh,
who led WCW?
Sting.
You know, what's the pay-per-view in March called?
WrestleGania.
Okay, so Sting and Triple H at WrestleMania confirmed right here for the first time anywhere in the world. Deal with it.
But wait, I'd like to announce why I think you have tan skin. All of the white sheep reflect the sun up at your face.
Big clap.